what the fuck is this? Is this bait? TechCrunch. Mr. Beast's blindness video puts systemic ableism on display. Disabilities need no cure. Disabled people are not freaks. Disability isn't a bad word. Bro, what is happening in the world, man? Yo, stop. Stop. Are you fucking joking? Are you fucking joking, dude? I'm done. I'm done, dude. Stop. 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 This shit pisses me off so much. Too much internet. It's like, is this bait? It's got to be bait, right? It has to be bait. I don't understand. I don't understand why liberals do this. That's the terminal disability, is like terminal liberalism. Bro, the title isn't dogging on Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast's blindness video puts systemic ableism on display. Undergone surgical procedure that cures of blindness. As of this writing, the video has been viewed more than 76 million times. The response has been visceral in both praise and contempt. For his part, Mr. Beast has taken to Twitter to publicly bemoan the fact that so many are so angry for putting him. No, the truth is straightforward. The video was more ableist than altruistic. However problematic Mr. Beast's premise is in producing the video, the people who participate, the patients and the doctors should not be vilified. They made a decision. In the broadest lens, the biggest problem with wanting to cure blindness is that it reinforces a moral superiority of sorts by those without disabilities. No, 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 no. I feel like, nah, no, 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 you gotta stop. Holy fuck, dude. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm literally legally blind. Would love to have Mr. Beast pay for LASIK. Are you serious? Well, don't worry. They won't bemoan you for wanting that to happen, for the record. Could you imagine trying to describe this to the individuals in poverty who he also paid for their surgeries? Dude, it's like, no, I can't. This has got to be bait. No shot. No, who wrote this? No, this is the moment Hasanabi becomes a right-wing grifter. Dude, okay. No, don't do this. No, I'm not going to click on the author's name. Don't do this. Don't do this. In the broadest lens, the biggest problem with wanting to cure blindness is that it reinforces a moral superiority of sorts by those without disabilities over those who are disabled. Although not confronted nearly as often as racism and sexism, systemic ableism is pervasive through all parts of society. The fact of the matter is that the majority of able people view disability as a failure of the human condition. As such, people with disabilities should be mourned and pitied. More pointedly, as Mr. Beast states in his video's thumbnail, disability should be eradicated, cured. This is insane. I can't. No. On one level, disability being viewed as a failure to human condition is technically correct. That's why disabilities are what they are. The body doesn't work as designed in some ways. If disabilities were computer software, engineers would be tasked with finding and fixing the bugs. But then we would say that that's a bad thing, I think. Yet the human body isn't some soulless, inanimate machine that requires perfection in order to work properly or have value. I've been subject to a barrage of harassment on Twitter since tweeting my thoughts on the Mr. Beast video. No. Nope. Is done. Nope. First of all, it's just, I dare the author to go up to a blind guy and read this article to him. The author is probably blind, okay? There is no fucking shot that this author is not vision impaired and has there's no shot. This author is absolutely vision impaired, okay? I can tell you right now, there is 0% chance that this author can see, okay? This author is 100% blind. There is no way that someone has the confidence to be able to write this while simultaneously being able to see, okay? They can't see how this would be ironically fucking, something that people immediately destroy. That's crazy. In between calls for me to imbibe a bottle of bleach. Most of them have been hurling retorts at me the question why I wouldn't want to fix or cure what prevents people from living ostensibly a richer, fuller life because blindness will be gone. A blind person, they said, could suddenly see the stars, a rainbow, a child's smile. Elizabeth Barrett Browning would be proud of the way I count the ways in which this myopic perspective lacks perspective. You're right, 100%. Like, wait. I'm a Bay Area born. I cover everything accessibility and assistive technology. What makes my reporting unique is the perspective I bring to my beat. I have multiple disabilities, so I'm part of the marginalized community who uses assistive tech to access their devices. This gives my work instant credibility. Like, I don't want to fucking dunk on a disabled dude, okay? But like, come on, dude. This is a crazy fucking take, man. This is like anti-medicine. It's literally like, it's such an anti-medicine fucking take. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, Jesus kind of sucked, dude. I mean, curing lepers, I don't know. Why don't you just like learn to live with it? What the fuck? Bro, I'm gonna be honest. This is how we know. This is how I know we've gone too far. It's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that we live in the comfort, in the comfortable lap of luxury, in the imperial core, where we have a discussion about having the opportunity via a 10-minute surgery to fucking cure blindness, okay? And yet we're like, that's kind of ableist. You know what I mean? Explain that to a fucking 18th century child and watch his brain explode. No, the only conversation that should be had around the subject is what I said. The fact that this is a 10-minute surgery and the government is not providing it for free to every single person that needs it is unimaginably cruel. The idea that this surgery is ableist is psychotic. That's crazy, man. No, I get it. It's super bigoted to try and change the way someone is, especially if they're born that way, and make them more like you. Imagine telling a gay person that they need to be cured. That's like, oh, fuck you. You fucking scumbag. You fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. That's like telling someone you can't avoid the top of the hour ad break. That said, we know nothing of their visual acuities before the operation, nor do we know what the long-term prognosis is for their vision. That Mr. Beast proclaims to cure blindness is essentially baseless. I mean, this is literally, okay, you know what this is? This is when you're mad, and everyone does this, okay? Everyone does this. When you get mad at someone, okay, and then you just like try to literally attack it from every angle, and like maybe one of the 9 different angles that you're using in your argument could possibly make a fraction of a sense, but like it's so clear that you're attacking the conversation from every avenue you can because you're upset. This has nothing to do with the actual situation at hand and everything to do with your personal subjective opinion on the matter. Okay? That's it. Because like this part is like crazy. What do you mean? We don't even know the visual acuities, blah, blah, blah. Like you're literally just trying to tackle this in any way you can because you took, this is giving you like an emotional fucking reaction. This is like when a leftist gets mad at someone and then immediately types 15 slurs into the search bar while combining their own tweets. Like that makes them even better. Like that makes them better. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, combing through your interlocutor's tweets so you can find them being bad in like 2007. Dude, this is crazy. At a fundamental level, Mr. Beast's video is inspiration porn, meant to portray abled people as the selfless heroes waging war against a diabolical villain known as disability. And it's ultimately not meant for the disabled person. It's for abled people to feel good about themselves and about disabled people striving to become more like them, more normal. Bro, it's not that difficult, man. Like, it's not. Listen, this is American hyper-individualism at play. You have found a way to make yourself comfortable with the litany, as he says, disabilities that he has, okay? And that's awesome. That's a wonderful thing. That's actually something that helps a lot of people get by, right? Other people having curable diseases or curable disabilities does not take away from that. But people are so, like, they are so hard set on seeing everything through this hyper individualized lens that they cannot comprehend that it's like, you know, other people might want to fucking cure ailments. You know what I mean? It's really fucking weird. It is a very, very weirdly narcissistic perspective that clouds itself, or that shrouds itself in like some legitimate ways of dealing with your day-to-day existence, okay? And then a whole litany of illegitimate ways in which it's just angry and lashing back. They'd probably say disability is not an ailment. Yeah, I understand that. I don't know what words, the right words to use, but I hope you understand. I have a mate in a wheelchair that says this shit, you're murdering me, bro. It's about the choice. Yes, exactly. What do you mean? It is literally about the choice. No, that is exactly what it is. It is about the choice. You literally read it out loud. This person is not mad at people for wanting the surgery. They're mad at the way it was presented. They're tone policing, not misunderstanding the desire to overcome disability. No, the way that they're tone policing indicates that like their true anger is the desire that people want to overcome disability, disabled people in particular. He's not going to fucking come out of the gate swinging and say, fuck the blind people that wanted to be cured. And instead is saying, fuck the able-bodied people that are celebrating this as though it's an accomplishment. Please, make no mistake. What is exactly happening here in this conversation is a person who has found a way, okay, to basically live and maybe even learn to love their disability and the positive, you know, silver lining that comes along with it, okay? And he's mad because other people, instead of doing that, have decided not to do that, but to see disability as something to be treated. That is the entire fucking premise of the anger and resentment that is at the heart of this article. It's at the meat of this article. It's a weird way to sidestep the people that are celebrating, okay? Or all these other people that are like looking at the situation and going, oh yeah, it's great. I'm blind and I would love to be cured. Like, you know what I mean? And instead of yelling at them, because you can't yell at them, because you, even if you yourself are disabled, would look like a fucking asshole if you yelled at them and undermine your argument. You have decided to tackle it from the perspective of, you know, able-bodied people doing ableist shit. It's quite literally about the choice. It's about each person's abilities and disabilities and how they choose to embrace them, whether they opt for preventative care or correctional intervention, etc., and belittling them by taking that away is ironically more ableist than the theory the author set forth. Yeah, and by the way, there's no winning in this conversation because, like, no matter what happens, you're a piece of shit. You're an asshole for getting mad at a disabled person, okay? Think about it. If you fell and broke your hand or wrist, that would be indeed bad. You'd be disabled for some period of time, but the expectation during your recovery time would be that you're still human, still yourself to reasonably do everything you do prior. You may find certain things inaccessible for a while and need some forms of assistive technology, but you would expect to be treated with dignity, and you wouldn't expect someone to miraculously reset your broken bone. Well, here's the thing. In a world in which, like, people don't treat your disability as, like, this fucking medical fascination, no one cares. You know what I mean? If we exist in a world where disabled people and able-bodied people are just making personal choices, then your disability is not like making you inhumane or inhuman or subhuman or different than anyone else, okay? And therefore, no one would ever fucking get mad at someone who immediately has a capacity to heal a broken wound, okay? Yet this is what Mr. Beast and his millions of people are peddling with this video. They don't recognize the humanity of blind people. They only recognize the abhorrence of not being able to see. There's so much energy in this that I think it's like misplaced. In other words, abled people have a tendency to think disability defines us. In many meaningful ways, yes, our disabilities do define us to a large degree. After all, no one can escape their own bodies. But what about our traits as individuals, our families, our work, our relationship, much more? Surely people are aware that things like Paralympics and wheelchair basketball leagues, for instance. The point is, disabled people are no different in our personal makeup than anyone else. We shouldn't be pitied, and we certainly don't require uplifting in ways like Mr. Beast suggests. I can't... I have multiple disabilities due to premature birth, but most people know me as a partner, a brother, a cousin, a friend who loves sports, loves to cook, listen to rap music, and a distinguished journalist. Everyone in my orbit is well aware of my disabilities, but they do not judge me solely based on them. They know the real me. They know my disabilities aren't the totality of my being. Okay. My lived experience is unique because I have so much to draw from. I have visual disabilities, physical motor disabilities, speech disabilities. My parents were both fully deaf. Growing up with the oldest of 2 children, I served as the unofficial in-house interpreter for my parents. As a coda, I straddle the line between deaf and hearing worlds. I know firsthand how deaf people look at their culture and the ways of life with immense pride. If someone cured deafness, what would happen to those people? Deaf culture is real. Okay. I've heard this, and many in the chat were also explaining it. Okay, in the chat that like deaf people have an attitude similar to this, like an opinion similar to this, where it's like there's like a wonderful side of being deaf. I personally don't understand it. If you don't want to cure, if you don't want to get like a cochlear implant or whatever, that's fine. That's great. That's dandy. You don't have to. But I think that like, you know, the lived experience discourse has run its course in this regard. Like if motherfuckers want to get like, it's like saying my fucking type 2 diabetes like doesn't define me but also defines me, and if there was a fucking cure out there that could like that I could immediately take so I don't have to like constantly fucking pump insulin into my goddamn body, how dare you fucking pay for the surgery for other people, making me feel subhuman. Okay, that's insane. Like that's an insane fucking thing. Like, what are you talking about? Finding a cure for cancer, a cure for AIDS is one thing. Why? Disabilities need no cure. What truly needs curing is society's proclivity to view disability communities as a little more than real life characters from a Todd Browning film. Disabled people are not freaks. Disability isn't a bad word. You can learn a lot from us. Yeah, I've learned that, like, this person maybe should, you know, not write this article. Holy fuck. You had all the choices to not write this article, and you wrote it anyway. Oh, my fucking Lord, dude. Diabetes comparison only works with the cataract surgery, just to be clearer. Yeah, especially so. The fact that it's a cataract surgery makes it even more like, because it's not an untreatable disease. It's not an untreatable disability. But if tomorrow every single disability that this person has was treatable and he chose not to undergo the process, especially if it was free, you know what I mean? And he chose not to undergo this process and wrote this article, I would lose my fucking mind, because the overwhelming majority of people, I assume, would most likely want to do that. This is literally an argument against healthcare, by the way. This is an anti-healthcare and anti-medicine article, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's just like, it literally feels anti-human to me. Like this article feels like it's against everything I believe in to the core. As a European, I'm so confused. Don't ask, dude. We're here in America, we've lost our mind, okay? It's the same logic that Radlibs use when they criticize Medicare for all is eugenics. Yeah. I think like, I think we've gone off the fucking other side of the hill and have basically landed on the exact opposite. You know what I mean? We've basically landed on the exact opposite side, where it's like, yeah, your disabilities don't define you, okay? And you know, it can really shape your life in a way that could be wonderful and positive, and like, you know, you can overcome them, and or even, you know, live with them, learn to live with them, and that's an overall great thing. But this notion that like, if there was a solution to them, and like if there was a solution, I expect most people would be like, oh yeah, no, I would like that. You know what I mean? I mean, fuck it. It's like, dude, it's like baldness, right? It's not a disability. It's stupid. It's silly. I take medication for it, okay? But like, if there was one pill I could take that I never had to take another pill ever again, which is kind of what I do, I take it. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, doesn't make sense. And that's not even a disability. It's literally cosmetics at that point, and I still choose to do that. If there's something that I could take to improve my health, I would do it, you know? Especially if there are no other like issues with it. Does that make sense? If there was a legal steroid that I could take that made me fucking 7% body fat, okay, and allowed me to eat whatever the fuck I want, I would take that. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, this is like, no, it's so different. Dude, baldness is a disability, you asshole. Okay, chill, but it's like, it's not the same as like not being able to see, okay? I actually don't understand. This feels like an affront to God, okay? Not that I'm a godly person or anything like that, but this feels like an affront to what it means to be a man, what it means to be a human. Am I wrong on saying this is the same argument fascists would make for racism being like the law of human nature or gravity? No, not really. This is the anti-eugenicist argument. That's why it's always like a tricky condition. It's always a tricky conversation to have, like a eugenics conversation. What do I always tell you? Like there are things that we consider technically, what do I always say? I say that like there's light eugenics, okay? That everyone kind of agrees is like not the worst thing. You know what I mean? Being able to cure certain, like certain things, being able to cure certain issues early on in your life is like, still you're kind of doing it. You know what I mean? You are basically advocating for some level of eugenics in that regard. It's like, you know, a little bit. Most people find that to be normal and good and not the like racist and let's melt disabled people kind of eugenics. I'm disabled and I think the talking points are like fair but not applicable to the actual situation because the blind people here volunteered. They weren't forced to have the surgery without wanting to. Yeah, which is exactly why you're right about that. And it's also a cataract surgery, so it's not like it's a kind of vision impairment, right? That is technically curable. I don't know if I'm using the right words. I don't really give a shit about using the right words. I'm sorry if you think that that's like you know, ableist or whatever, but it's a curable condition, and that's why I said that this person is more mad at the prospect, more mad at the mentality behind, as he openly admits, he's more mad at the mentality behind wanting to cure disabilities. As he clearly openly states, disabilities are not something to be cured. And that's what I'm saying. But he can't openly say like, fuck those blind people for wanting to, you know, have their vision impairment taken away. You know what I mean? Cured. He's not going to say that because it'll come across like a fucking douchebag. I don't know. I'm fucking vision impaired. You know what I mean? It's like insane. I don't know what to say about it. I have a vision impairment, as you guys can see, okay? I cannot drive without glasses. I can't see without glasses. It fucking sucks. I don't like wearing glasses, but I have to, right? Because I can't see without them. It's like making an anti-glasses argument. Like I'm fucking Pol Pot, dude. What the fuck? Like I don't get it. Like that's crazy. Yeah, this reads like a fucking psyop to make like the left seem this way.